Hey folks, just wanted to go over the kind of content and question styles and whatnot for quiz 1. So this is coming up on January 27th, and again the format is going to be, it will be available from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Once you start it, you have 50 minutes to complete it. So you actually need to be done by 7 p.m. Pretty much covers the material up to a couple of days before the quiz, so say roughly up through the 25th. And it does cover pretty much everything in there. I'll talk about the specific topics in just a second. If something goes wrong and you have to go over time, it does allow you to continue working. It just shows me where you got to. So if you do need to go over time for some reason, fire me an email afterwards and let me know what happened. Let's see. Questions are randomly ordered. A lot of the questions have a couple of different versions of them that are essentially pretty much the same question, just with some different content in them or a slightly different twist or approach. Let's see. For this one, it's a mix of short and long answers. So some of them are kind of lengthy ones, and some of them are a little bit shorter. 7 questions in all. They're kind of 5 to 8 marks each for a total of 50 marks. Let's see, it covers stuff from the lectures, stuff from the labs, all of the assorted videos and whatnot, some material from the Zoom discussions that we've had in the lectures and the labs. And again, the topics are pretty much everything we've done so far. So going through compilers and the kind of core phases that a compiler typically goes through, the idea of scanning and tokenizing, and scanners and tokenizers, parsers and parsing, regular expressions, finite state machines, non-deterministic finite automata and deterministic finite automata. We went through, that kind of handcrafted scanner a little while back, and we've looked at Lex and Yak, and we've been going through the process of saying, okay, well, if somebody gives me the regular expressions for the tokens in a language, how can I automatically generate a scanner for that language or a tokenizer for that language? So to this point, we've pretty much gone through Thompson's construction, subset construction, and Hopcroft's algorithm. So we've taken it sort of from the regular expressions to a minimized deterministic finite automata. We'll leave the sections on code generation until quiz 2. So, and again, material on Lex and Yak that we've been covering for the labs. So that's pretty much the content, and obviously there's a lot there to squeeze into 7 questions. So essentially there'll be a question on just about everything. In terms of the finite automata, both the non-deterministic one and the deterministic ones, what will sometimes happen is I will give you a description of the finite automata, and I would tend to recommend that the first thing you do is actually sit down and sketch it out. So I'll tell you what the alphabet is, I'll tell you what the states are numbered, start state, what the accept states are, and then I'll just give you a list of what different transitions there are. So, there's a transition from N0 to N1 on A, and a transition from N2 to N3 on A, and a transition from N0 to N2 on B, that kind of thing. And a list of the null transitions as well for the non-deterministic ones. So that's just something you can expect. The rules, again, the biggest idea is do it yourself, right? It's no collaboration. So I think we've run through these in the practice quiz, but again, no sharing information about the quiz with anybody else, and no getting information about the quiz for anybody else, or getting help on the quiz from anybody else. And the usual collection of links if you're running into issues with VIU Learn or with IT in general. Again, I think I've provided these a couple of times now, so if you need help, by all means follow through. If something does go wrong, again, don't panic, just email me. Worst case scenario, we can work out a time for you to write later on. There's always a solution. All right, I will leave that there for now.